So the first thing is we're going to come over here and we're going to set up an appointment, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you what that appointment looks like ahead of time. So I'll go ahead and click on this preview button right here, right? This preview appointment button. And what that's going to do is that's going to open up the appointment. Now, remember, guys, I've already got my appointment open, right? So I'm going to say you can come over here and you're going to click on this preview appointment button. And when you do, your appointment's going to look just like this. So it's going to come over here. It's going to load all your times if you wanted to. You can put a video on here. Very, very simple, clean. You can go ahead and customize the design. So all we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to click on Create New Appointment. That's it. And so you'll come over here. And we'll just go ahead and create a new one real quick. So I'll say coaching call, right? And so you'll go ahead and put it in the description. Now, yes, you can assign to employee. We'll talk about that in a minute. Over here, you can go ahead and meet on Zoom. Go to meeting. You can have them call. They can call you. You meet at their address. They meet at your address. Whatever you want to do, right? So I'll just go ahead and say Zoom. Here, you'll just say we'll meet on Zoom, okay? You have the ability to charge for the appointment and everything, but let's just go ahead and click the Save button, right? I'm going to go through this, guys. Look. You can go ahead and set the link. Here's the number of attendees. What you can do down here is you can come over here, and this is how you'll set your times. So you just come like this, and we can go ahead and move it like here. So now this shows that you're available these 2 days during that time. Now, what you're able to do is you're actually able to set up what's called a default availability. And so you set up the times once, and every time you create an appointment, it uses those times. And that way your appointments don't step on top of each other. Does that make sense? And they'll say, yeah, it makes sense. They say, okay, so let's go ahead and set a start date today, and let's just go ahead and include like 3 months from now, 3 years from now, whatever it is you want to do, and we'll go ahead and click the Save button. Okay, now it wants to know slot length, so we'll just go ahead and put in 30 minutes. So notice it'll tell you if you need to do something else. So there you go, pretty easy, right? Now this stuff right here, let's not worry about none of this, but this one right here, this is really cool. And so how this works is if you have like 12 available slots for the day, you can put in here 3. And what it'll do is it'll only show 3 of those slots. And then once one of those slots gets booked, it'll get replaced. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so that's it, guys. That's all I'm going to show. I'm going to click Save, right? I'll say, okay, so once they register for the appointment, right now it's going to collect their name and email. But if I want, I can add a custom field. So if I want to add like their Skype address or their Facebook or whatever, I can go ahead and do that. Now down here, what you can do is you can have it set up to where it'll send out reminders. And we have default reminders as well. Right now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to say, let's skip the reminders. I'll go ahead and click Save. And then this is where some tags fired off. I'll show you some tags here in a little bit, but just kind of keep that in mind that you can fire off tags when somebody makes an appointment, when they cancel an appointment, or when we sell them on the appointment. Okay, is everything making sense? You're going to say, yeah, I get it. Okay, so then here, we can come over here. If we want to add a logo on our appointment, we can. What I suggest you do, this is my profile picture. I'll go ahead and turn that on. I can show other appointments if I want to. If I want to show like my Facebook, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, all of that can appear up here at the top of our calendar, okay? And then if I want to put a video there, kind of like I have my video here, I can make that show. And then I can actually send them to a URL after they submit the appointment. And then down here, I can go ahead and customize that appointment. But we'll go ahead and click the Save button. And then let me go ahead and turn this off. See, it's giving me this message here. We'll click the Save button. And now we've gone and created the appointment. Okay, so do you have any questions on that? Is that cool? Like, I'm just kind of running through this really quick, but I just want you to understand it is very, very powerful, but that's how easy you do it. Okay, and they're going to say, yes, cool, I get it. And you'll be like, okay, so here's your link to your appointment. And obviously, in this last step, you can go through here and you can customize it, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, now guys, I demonstrated that in 3 minutes. Did you guys see that? 3 minutes, I showed them how to do that. And so what did I hit on? I hit on setting times, the meeting integration, looking busy, the profile pic, and the video. Did you guys pick up on that? Those were the main things that I emphasized. I did that in 3 minutes. And they will get it. They will totally get it because they fooled around with other calendar softwares that are very difficult. Okay, so now that we have set up our appointment, now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and set up an application or a survey. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up both of them at once, and then you can choose which one you want to use. So just go ahead and show you really quick. If I click on this here, and if I open this up, this is kind of what our application looks like. So it's long form. And, you know, you can go ahead and put a video in here and everything. It's got like that official look. this application here has made me a lot of money. But the other thing we can do, let me come down here. I'll grab my daughter's survey here. Let me go ahead and open this one, see if this is it. At the same time, you're also going to create a beautiful survey just like this. And so they can go ahead and click the letters on their phone or whatever they want to do, but you're able to customize it with the backgrounds, with the colors and everything else. And they're going to go, oh, wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, right? They're going to go, oh, that's just like Typeform. Like, I love it. I'm like, yeah, you can do both at once. So we're going to keep this very, very simple. I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want you to know how fast we do it. So go ahead and click Create New Survey button. So they're going to click that and say, okay, go ahead and name your survey. Go, what do you want me to call it? I said, just call it coaching program. Okay. So they're going to do coaching call, right? Create the survey. All right. Now, here's the thing. I said, so you got simple steps over here, but see that menu right there in the middle? These are like your different question types. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and click on the top one, right? And ask any question in the world, right? And so they're already thinking, how can they use this in their business? So they're going to ask some question that pertains to business. They're going to say, okay, how long have you been online? Or, so they're going to do something like that. I'm going to say, okay, you know what? Let's simplify it. Just ask one question with yes or no. Like, have you been online long? And then you're going to go ahead and type in yes, and you're going to type in no. Okay, save changes. Now, they're going to go, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Is that something that you can do? And they're going to be like, yeah, I can do that. I say, good. Now let's do it again. This time I'm going to tell you what to do. So go ahead and click that multiple choice button. Now, we're going to create what's called a qualifying question. And so what I want you to do is I want you to ask a simple question. Will you get on the phone with me? Okay, and I want you to say yes. And I want you to say no way. Okay, now, here's the thing. If people say yes, we're going to get on the phone with them. They're willing to play ball. And so that's what we call qualified. But if they say no, then they're disqualified. And we're not putting them down. We're not punishing them or anything. But we're not going to waste our time with them. Instead, we'll send them to a webinar sign-up page, or we'll send them to a sales page or a group or something like that. And I'll say, does that make sense? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, you know what? I used to have a staff member that would go through and like review applications back in the day, and you're telling me the software is going to do it automatically. Yeah, that's what it'll do. So what you want to do is come over here and click that first checkbox. Now watch how easy this is. I want you to click that blue button there. And if they say yes, we're going to work with them. But if they say no, I want you to click on this disqualifier box right there and go ahead and click Save Changes. I said now the system knows that if somebody says no, they're disqualified. Now, here's what happens, guys. They're going to say, so does that mean I can set up like multiple questions for qualifications and everything? And you're going to say, yes, you can. But we are the most successful with just having one qualifying question. They're going to go, oh, okay. All right. So now you're going to come over here and say, okay, so you can kind of run through the different types here. You got drop-down types. You got single text box. You got like a comment box. We can click this here. We can say comments, right? I'll just do something really quick, guys, just to kind of show them how fast it is. You got ratings, happy. If I want their contact information, I can click this here, and I can come over here. I can get like their company name if I want to, save changes. And so we'll say, please tell me who you are, save changes, and boom, now you got all their contact information and everything else. And at this point, if you have demonstrated like that, guys, I promise you, they go, oh, wow, that's really fast. And then they'll bring up something like SurveyMonkey or something else, and they'll say, yeah, this is a lot more intuitive than what I'm used to, okay? And then you'll tell them, okay, go ahead and click on the next step, and you'll say, okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to create an application. And remember that survey I showed you a minute ago? It looks just like this. We just created that for you as well. And so what you're able to do is you got an application, you got two types of surveys. At this point, if you wanted to like move the questions around in a different order for each survey, you could do that. And then go ahead and say, okay, does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Click next step. All right. Now they're over here on step number 3. You want to point out, look, we're over here on step number 3. Now, what we could do is we can go ahead and put, this is our applications, we could put a headline there. So we go like this, and we go ahead and say, coaching application. Okay, and then we'll say, please fill this out to see if you are qualified. Okay, we'll go like that. It's going to take a minute, and it's going to bring it in. You can also do the same exact thing if you want to put a logo here and everything else. That's cool. You'll get it. You can put a video there, kind of like I did on the one that I showed you a minute ago. It's very, very easy. You can put terms of service down there, whatever else. But watch this. If we come over here to site survey, now this is the actual layout for the site survey, but watch what we get to do, okay? We're going to go ahead and click on this little paintbrush here. Now check this out. What's going to happen is it's going to open up your actual survey. And so maybe you don't like these colors. Well, we have predefined colors. We can come over here and we can go ahead and click this, and it's going to change the colors for us, right? Or we can do custom colors if we want to, or we can go ahead and do an image as well, right? So that's how easily you're able to customize your survey. And they're going to say, oh man, that's cool. That's too easy. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next step. Actually, I just screwed up, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead. Let's go back to step number 3. There's one thing I forgot to show you. Now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and click on advanced actions. Now, remember where we talked about the qualifying versus disqualifying? Well, look, if somebody's qualified, okay, this means that they said, yes, they want to get on the phone with us. Go ahead and pull down that menu and see, you can choose a custom URL you send them to. You can send them to one of your lead capture pages in our system, or what's even better, what's been very successful for our students, is to go ahead and send them right to an appointment. So you're going to choose appointment and then go ahead and choose the appointment that we just set up. And that's it. Now what happens, I want to make sure you get this, when they open up that application or that survey, and when they get to that one qualifying question that says, do you want to get on the phone with us? If they say yes, it's going to send them to this appointment, and they're going to get silent on you guys, because that right there, if you demonstrate it just like I show you, that right there is going to be an aha moment for them, and they're going to go, get out of town. So you're going to allow me to set up an appointment or a survey that quick. I'm able to qualify it, and if they answer right, it's going to send them to my appointment. Now, you need to take some time with that aha moment. This is like the big step. This is like phase 1 being completed. Does that make sense, guys? Type in the call here. Let me know if that makes sense. Do you guys get that? That's like phase 1. That's like the first aha moment for them. All right. So at this point, they may have a question or whatever. Take a minute right here. Take a break and let them ask those questions. Okay. So they say, okay, yes. So yes, we'll send them to an appointment, but here's the people that say no, the people that don't want to get on the phone with us. So we can go ahead and like say, hey, thank you so much. We'll be in touch with you. Or we can send them to a custom URL, or we could actually send them to a different appointment. So maybe we have a different team that's going to sell like a low-end offer to them. Like, you completely set it up however you want, right? So I'll go ahead and just leave it for a default page, and I'm going to click Save Changes. All right. So at this point, guys, they got it. They're going to get it. And then they say, okay, go ahead and click Next Step. Now, automated actions, you can go ahead and skip this for right now. This is like if you're using Infusionsoft or something. You don't need to know this right now. Just go ahead and click on Next Step. And here you'll see that you got the 3 links. There you have your application. There you have your site survey. There you have your web survey. Did anybody time me? I think I demonstrated that in about 4 minutes. Now, is anybody feeling overwhelmed? Because let me show you where I'm at with this app, okay? Or with this map, sorry. If I come over here and if I open this up, we now demonstrated these 2 things. We did it in about 10 minutes, and I only stuck to the basics, okay? So they're going to get it. Okay, any questions? Answer any questions? Cool. All right, now, here's the thing. We already covered this guy, and we covered this guy. So now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and click on this 3rd icon here. This is what we call a linked campaign. Now, here's what's cool about this, okay? Because we went and we linked a survey or an application to our appointment when we did the qualifying process, this software automatically knows that, hey, we have some more information available at our fingertips. And so what happens is this software will automatically start putting that data together for you. So now I know the number of views that specific campaign had. And out of that, how many people submitted that application? And out of that, how many people were qualified? How many people were disqualified? How many people made an appointment? How many people showed up for that appointment? How many people closed on the appointment? And how many people do I have in the pipeline? And how many people have I closed in the pipeline and then I have my close all together. And you don't have to do anything. Now, I don't know any other system that has ever given me all this information in one panel like this. Do you? And then they're going to go, no. And they're going to be quiet. And they're going to be like, Chad, this is amazing. They're going to be like, Shrita, this is amazing. Like, you have no idea how valuable this information is to me. Like, I can tell everything about my business from the start, where somebody opens up an application all the way down to if I close them on a call, I say, yes, that's what we're doing here, and you don't have to do anything. Do you get it? And they're going to say, yes, I get it. Okay, that's it. That's the only explanation you need to have for Lead Bank, guys. Okay? So now if we come back over here, let me find my presentation again. Now we've done the calendar, we've done the survey, and we've done the link campaign. Okay, now remember those tags that I was talking about a couple minutes ago? We saw